Look who ended up showing up at Monday Night Raw Day 1. Huh. The man of the hour. We've been wanting this guy to return and to do something with Roman Reigns for the last, I don't know how long. I've lost count. The rumors, the conversations, everything fell through according to The Rock during that ESPN appearance with Pat McAfee. He came back at SmackDown. Seemed like he wouldn't come back. And now, day 1, January 1st, 2024, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in real time in WWE programming. WWE programming. Not in an interview, not questioned by the press or on a promotional tour. In story, in character, on Monday Night Raw, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson showed up and showed out with just one word: head of the table. All he had to do was say, "I'm hungry. I like eating at bars. I like eating at this, that, or the other. And I also like being at the head of the table." Right? I'm paraphrasing here, by the way. But all he had to do was mention head of the table. You connect the dots. You knew exactly what he was talking about. He is referring to Roman Reigns, of course. Amazing. Amazing that that's all it takes for us to blow a gasket. Epic surprise. Triple H swerved us with Jinder Mahal because he addressed the rumors on Twitter. Triple H did. He said that, he wasn't going to confirm or deny that a former WWE champion would be on at Raw. Jinder ends up coming out, cutting a promo, bashing and trashing the crowd, the US. And I will say this. I did not expect The Rock to come out tonight. It wasn't in my radar. When I heard his theme hit, I had it blasting. So Eric and I immediately just looked at each other and our jaws dropped. It was totally unexpected, very organic, very raw and real. I loved it. Now here's the thing. As much as I loved it, as much as I enjoyed it, I took some time to brainstorm post Monday Night Raw. That's why I didn't stream right after the show ended. I wanted to really digest the whole segment and obviously the rest of the show. But I wanted to really lock in with what happened. It was the most generic. It was the most pointless promo with Jinder up until he mentioned head of the table. And the best part about this is that this can happen at any given time. It could happen at Mania. It could happen at the Chamber. It could happen at SummerSlam. He used exactly duet this promo for so long within the the first few minutes and beyond for a good amount of the promo. He was straight copying and pasting his last 3 previous returns, like the one with Rusev, the one with Austin Theory. Like, his returns have become fun and exciting and enjoyable because it's The Rock. Anytime we could see that man grace our screen in a WWE ring in character, it's going to be a good time. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. And me being such a big Rock fan, I'm going to love it and appreciate it. because at the end of the day, you can't just, take it for granted. Jinder was a good sport. You could tell that Jinder didn't have much to go by. You're right, Duet. He didn't have much material. The crowd wasn't helping either. Jinder tried pulling their teeth to get a reaction. You could tell he gave it his best effort. But when The Rock's music hit, in that point in time, everything shifted, and the roar was phenomenal. So I'm not going to break down the entire back and forth between him and Jinder. It was cheesy, and it was a get nowhere conversation. We knew that. It was insert younger star here or someone that they don't have much going on with. Like, come on, he came back at that one WrestleMania and he faced the Wyatt family, remember? So we've seen The Rock do this time in and time out. At Mania with the Wyatt family, Austin Theory on SmackDown, Rusev on Raw. And it's just recycled Rocky content. But that's not what we're here to talk about. And I'm done beating around the bush. The fact that he mentioned the head of the table could have gone either way as just a fun reference, right? It could have been just a cool little remark. And he could have just walked away. And it would have been, all right, he mentioned Roman Reigns by his nickname. Cool. Nice Easter egg. But Michael Cole and Wade Barrett emphasized so much on not only The Rock returning and it being epic, but diving deep into the fact that he mentioned the head of the table, and it led to Michael Cole also mentioning that Paul Heyman's going to have to make a call. So the announcers are now feeding lines into this story that is rapidly going to develop right before our eyes, one way or another. And in real time, ladies and gentlemen, right as I was firing up to stream, Roman Reigns already replied indirectly. Roman Reigns is bigger than that. He is bigger than tagging and pointing fingers and all that nonsense. All Roman Reigns had to do was put an emoji, and that was enough. Roman Reigns just wiped his hands. He did not care at all to reply and put out a little paragraph. He just did not give a shit. His hands are clean. He is at the head of the table. He is the tribal chief. He is the undisputed champion. And just because you wake up on a Monday night in January 2024, day one, it doesn't mean you get to call me out and you're immediately going to get my reaction. So I'm going to laugh at you for this one. This is just the beginning, but the subtle drops and the hints and the Easter eggs are gonna come rapidly throughout the year, leading up to whenever it happens. Quite frankly, this match is so big that it doesn't need to happen at WrestleMania. This match is so big that it doesn't need to happen at Royal Rumble. And the same could be said for Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Barry, you're saying that Cody shouldn't be screwed. That is not going to be the case. WWE is not going to screw over their in-house talent for the sake of a small story that is ultimately going to be huge and rewarding, but a small story that's just not going to ultimately be long-term with reoccurring appearances. The Rock, whenever he does decide to go through with this, it will be a couple months It'll be subtle drops and hints, and that's about it in my opinion. The Rock said in an interview he wants the match to be the beginning of something new. What else would they do if this match already happened in 2 months? Exactly. No, you're right, Duet. This match is going to be the start of the next phase, and we just don't know what that looks like just yet. If Rock was only available for this Mania, Cody would have to eat it, but I don't even think The Rock wants to ruin Cody. If anything, Rock coming back only helps Cody. I agree, Duet. I think enough time has passed for us to understand that this is Cody's, grand opportunity, not the demise of Cody. I think WWE is in a better place now in terms of management, obviously. And they also learned from the last time The Rock came back to face John Cena in that big story where they kind of overshadowed CM Punk's long reigning championship run. So I don't think this is going to be the same case. I think that if anything, Triple H is very good at utilizing these moments to catapult others within the program. And I ultimately truly believe that we're going to get the right payoff and they're going to take their sweet time and we're just going to get a lot of build up here. Triple H loves the slow burner, but he loves firing away Easter eggs left and right, whether it's behind the scenes, interviews, social media. They integrate all formats of entertainment to tell stories in this new modern era that we've seen so far. So ultimately, I truly believe that Cody is still the guy. I truly believe Cody will be the next champion. And I also feel like The Rock versus Roman does not need the belt, at stake. All he had to do was say head of the table, though. Duet says, plus The Rock doesn't even have merch yet. This match is going to get an entire marketing campaign. No doubt about it. This is going to be one of the biggest matches of our lifetime. One of those bullet point matches that you look back at it and it's one of those Rock versus Cena, Rock versus Hogan, Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. And I mentioned The Rock purposely because we're talking about him. But this is one of those milestone matches where they are going to, truly capitalize on the characters at play here. So, with The Rock, again, having a freaking awesome, fun, exciting time, cutting an irrelevant promo, but ending it with head of the table. How do you guys feel about his Monday Night Raw appearance at day one? I think Rock returning is great for business and it should be embraced because we don't know how many more of these moments we're going to get. That's just the reality of it. This could be his swan song. This could be his grand finale. It was a weak promo. It was just fun and games until the name drop at the end. I agree, Duet. Don't feel nervous, Barry. I truly believe we're going to get a full, well thought out story here. CM Punk is not getting screwed over. CM Punk is in a whole nother campaign. He's got it covered. I was blown away by The Rock's return. I loved the fact that just mentioning head of the table, short and sweet and simple, was just enough to rile us up. This is only the beginning. The grand finale. The Rock is so close to returning and having that match with Roman Reigns. Ace says, it was unexpected and I liked it. Lex, I was going to say Roman versus Rock should have happened at the Chamber, but after how you explained it, it all makes sense. Now, same with what Duat said, I change my mind. I just feel like Rock's going to cement Roman's run. You're right, Sins. They're going to cement each other's legacy in this epic, once-in-a-lifetime encounter. Family members at the top in their prime. And it's crazy. It's a full circle moment, and they should take their time with it. And now I'm looking back at the appearance that The Rock had at ESPN with Pat McAfee and bringing the press and the headlines from that appearance and showing up to SmackDown. Him mentioning that they had the match with Roman in place and it all fell through or whatever. I think that was another Easter egg, and that was another form of marketing and setting this up. I think they played us, and they've been playing us for a while. I think they wanted to see if there was still interest. It's going to be a slow burner. I don't know when the match is going to happen. It's kind of tough to say if it's going to happen at WrestleMania, SummerSlam, or any of the other big pay-per-views, you know, especially with Elimination Chamber being in a big stadium in Australia. I just don't know how they're going to go about it, but it's going to be special. Robert says The Rock versus Roman Reigns and CM Punk versus Seth Rollins at Mania. I mean, and then you got Cody Rhodes, and there's just so much that can be done here. And I'm looking forward to it for sure. So guys, hit that subscribe button and drop a like. Let me know how The Rock's return has you feeling at this point in time. Roman could wrestle both nights, VJ. That's still there, but I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen.